just going to skip right past the adverts. We're going to gloss right on through exactly what's happened. We had some technical difficulties, okay? Things didn't quite go to plan. We had some GoTV shenanigans. There was a monkey in the server room. I'm not quite sure. But nonetheless, we got it fixed. We are here. We are alive and kicking. The ESL Pro League finale, of course, in the APAC region. This is the start of it. You know, it's going to be a long weekend. But I'm going to skip all of the intro and all of the hype and just talk about the game, because we've already missed a fair bit of it, and I don't want to annoy anyone by just rambling on about a bunch of context when we have ourselves some great Counter-Strike right in front of us. But if you have just joined us, you'll at least know what you're here for, and that is, of course, the ESL Pro League APAC Finals. Nonetheless, the scoreline is currently 3-0 in favour of our wonderful Tainted Minds. We're here on the cash, of course, in this best of one. And already it's looking like a pretty good start for Tainted Minds. They've got themselves a few early picks. Yam is just going balls to the wall, picking up pick after pick with his orb. A triple kill, in fact, as he claims left, right, and centre. MongolZ just being waltzed all over. But nonetheless, a strong lead, 4-0, and control of the economy too, bear in mind. When you take a look at this T side, you realise they dropped the ball in the first buy. Now they're left with 29.50 or so to work with, which is less than ideal, to say the least. But an early tactical pause is going to give them a moment to think, just think things through. Try and see if they can adapt in the future in that 6th round where they can reinvest in those AKs. We'll see their immediate future. Round 5. Less than pretty. I mean, maybe that level 3 helmet is gonna save Temka, but I think that's a little bit positive, isn't it? Yeah. Hey, at least if you're a Tainted Minds fan, Zeusy can make some dollar. He's got an MP9 and he is hungry for it, so $600 a piece. It's happy days for him, right? Keeping a close eye here on what exactly the MongolZ are going to be doing. Just looking for that flash play towards B. Yam again at it with the orb, shutting down one for looking for more. Secures a second, then peeks out once again. The CZ's starting to rattle off a few shots, but Yam's still standing. Finally going to be slain, but too little too late. The damage is done. Only one player remains now for the MongolZ, and there will be no bomb plant. Not even a kill in sight. Just Zeusy hunting with the orb, picks it up, but actually snap back with a deagle. We got ourselves a headshot. 1 versus 2, a chance. A thinly veiled one, but a chance nonetheless. Of course, playing in towards checkers, it is a huge gambit to make this work, but this is Counter-Strike. This is what we live for. Let's see. Nice and patient. Going to be clearing out B main, taking the singular peeks in towards CT and upper respectively. Very cautious that he is in fact getting flanked, but little does he know that is not the case. The approach here from Tainted Minds is just to stack up together. Also into this awkward double peek. The AK being picked up. The fight is going to be taken. His teammate does leave him, but Ofnu is going to push it over the line anyway. 5-0. Doesn't get better than that. Obviously, this is the important one now. Getting the AWP up, getting the 4 rifles, all the trimmings as well, the smokes, the flashes. They all join the MongolZ here, and hopefully they can put something a little bit more contested on the table. But you're already taking that A main control. They'd be getting very quick and aggressive, taking Minds right up in the face. And Scoop, he does find one, but it's going to be ins to take them both down. Easy pickings. And then a molly to follow up as well, denying any sort of retake. And the MongolZ means that they lose 2 and they can't do anything about it. Unfortunate luck, but it is what it is. And now, Tainted Minds going straight for the Shroud boost. Very serious stuff coming out from them here. It's just a best of 1 on Clash, but they are throwing all the stops out. Make sure they get every single round. Obviously, the play here from MongolZ is to group up and try and work their way out through mid. From there, they realize that once they have that control, they can go anywhere on the map. Theoretically, they can split towards B, rotate the player back through B main and in through checkers and vents, respectively. They can head up towards A, utilize the position of Temka in A main and their teammates coming up through highway. Problem is, they've got a hell of a lot of jewels to be taken for that to work out. You've got Ins on highway looking down on you. You've got actually 2 players both playing on B site. They're not facing you in checkers, sure, but if you commit and drop down, it's going to be awkward. Yam there with the AWP, of course, just hitting shot after shot. Definitely a hard sell here for me. The MongolZ are going to be able to achieve something here, but I have to wait and see. We've got one thing going for them, that is the position. of NCL, getting deep in towards CT, able to come from car, could well surprise them. That's a big headshot to find as well. A second following up on towards Zusi means the advantage is swiftly in favour now. The Mongols. The site is there and a bomb plant fairly wide open for a main for Temka. Should come through. MCL going to take down Yam, and there you have it. Mongols, they get themselves the bye. Not to be the negative guy here, though, I think it's important to note Mongols have to make the 7th round work. It has to be theirs. If it's not, it basically begins to crumble. Their economy is going to be left in tatters. They're going to be reeling off the success of just one round, which, in the grand scheme of things, is very little. Early damage being done through mid, off through escaping. Just tip 1 HP, all he has. Well, it's enough to keep his head intact for now. Obviously trying to avoid getting blown off pretty quickly. Those Mongols just clearing out every little part of the B site now as they do come rumbling on in, taking down Yam very early on, then looking for more. Their opposition, of course, instantly going to be in the form of Vents, that UMP. Take a bit of a battle. And Zusi also getting nothing done, but there you go, Vents. Coming in, fighting a double, looking for a third. Knows NCL is underneath Vent, but it doesn't quite matter. Will be taken down. Leaves just off Newt in a 1v1. That 1 HP, all the difference. 1 HP, 1 round, in fact. What Tainted Minds need, but this is something else entirely. No information on where Skill is going to be going. Decides, in fact, head out through mid. That B main is going to be his target. Now, he's got a kit, so time is nothing in this round. That's not what he needs. It's all about that first shot. It's on the head. Happy days. That's all he needs. That even Molly of Skoo could be devastating. Let's see, Ofnu creeping on around. Timing also could be a big factor here. Creeping up on towards the site. Got himself around the back of the boxes. Ofnu, please. This could be beautiful. He's got himself behind him. Ofnu, Tainted Minds. They will get themselves their 6th round. Ofnu with a 1 HP clutch. 3 kills in the round. It does not get better than that. You just love to see it. What a great display in our opening matchup of our Pro League finals. Like I said, 1 HP, all the difference. And we see it out again there. Unfortunate for Mongols, sure, but now they have to play with the scraps, the remains. The Galils, the AKs they've got through utility certainly exists. It's not all that bad. It's not as bad as we expected. The bomb plant definitely supporting them. But now they really are in an all-or-nothing state. 6-1. Scoreline that could quickly become a runaway train. The B push comes on in. Yam is going to find just a few. NCL will trade. Actually finding a significant amount there. 3 kills with the Galil. His teammate goes wandering through the CT smoke. NCL down to 9 HP, but Mara makes it work. Takes the head of Zusi. For them retreating back in towards Checkers. Flashes leaving them blind up above. Means that Mara can reposition now. Hold. We're off to push it out. Begins to creep. Tagged up from the side, and the kill eventually comes through. 6-2. Mongols, they turn the tide. Look at how damaging that is to Tainted Minds. They might have snuck one in, but the same thing applies to them that we discussed about the Mongols and their economy, winning one and then instantly getting reset. And that's what we see here towards our CT side. Look at those CZs, those USPs. They're going to at least be able to eke out a UMP in the form of Yam, obviously. But that's about it. It's going to be a tough round for them. Just throwing everything at the wall and hoping something sticks. Mid control, once again, being a pivotal part of this T side. Given a lot of room to work here. Tainted Minds more than happy just to give up the majority of the map. hunkering down with 3 players over on that A site. 2 of which, of course, over on towards B also. That being Yam. Bernard. 99% sure pronunciations are going to be a little bit awry, but you'll have to bear with me on that one. All in good fun, that's for sure. The 45 seconds now comes on around. The risk you do play here on your T side is if the clock ticks down and you walk into some pistols, things get a little bit close, they get a little hairy. What can suddenly work against you, especially when you get an opening deagle shot like that. The CZ of Ofnu about to wander through the smoke. There's one. Quickly traded back though. It's a 2v2. Anything can happen. Skew trying to go for the plant. Should be able to get away with it backside, of course. Waiting for that CT smoke to fade. Nothing to cover it off. It's going to be all about the jewels. In's creeping on in. The flash leaves Temka blind. The position known. In's just holding for it, but misses the shot. Skew to find his one as well, as it will still be around for the Mongols. Certainly scrappy, but around nonetheless. And likely just another for them to add now, tallying up to 4. But their opposition only have a few $1,000s to play with, and this time there will be no deagles, there will be no CZs. It is just going to be 5 USPs at most, maybe a P250 or 2. Of course you go for the wallbang there, just why not? Actually pretty close to finding it as well, but it is what it is. What's interesting here is we're seeing this sort of VP-like play towards Highway. Curious to know if this sudden mid pressure should be safe from Tainted Minds is something that will actually stick within their buy round, because they have been giving so much freedom towards our terrorists. Nonetheless, we will wait and see. Now, obviously, the bomb has gone down. Idea is to keep this fairly clean. Looks like the Glock of Mara is going to have a bit of a struggling bout up against Burn, but they finally do push it over the line, just getting it done. Last kill that should come through is on Zusi. Nade landing right at the feet of Temka, but he's got enough to survive it. Just taking the hit like a champ. Yeah, I'm with a glass cannon AWP. That orb, of course, peeking deep through B main. Molly to land at his feet is going to push him back, but decides to drop the smoke and peek around the left-hand side of it. Meanwhile, of course, the Shroud play is coming in. Skew going to be over for a wonder, and it works out wonderfully. That's an initial kill found, and a chance even at a second. As how has he got to Highway? How have you let this happen, Ofnu? Surely not. He does find Mara at least, so the bomb is going to be dropped awkwardly on the site, but the potential for Skew to cause havoc here is just worldly for sure. I mean, Inz is going to clear it out, but that could have been something completely different. Thankfully, though, this is looking better for Tainted Minds. A big kill on the site found by Temka. Doesn't allow him to get the bomb to the site. And then Yam hits that. Of course Yam hits it. Lovely shot. Completely denies the bomb cross. Forces Temka to have to run right on over. And brings him full circle to a 1 versus 2. Got about 35 seconds or so to work with, so not exactly impossible. Smoke and the flash definitely going to help him cross. Then he hits straight to the fault, just wanting to get the plant in. Tapping in those numbers, punching away. What he doesn't expect is just the sheer elevation of his opposition. Nice and high, climbing up on those rafters. And it works beautifully. 7th round, turned over in favour of Tainted Minds. Just 4 for Mongols. Not exactly a perfect buy here for Mongols, but certainly enough weaponry to make this interesting. course, they have the AWP and the two AKs and the CZ and Deagle. Instantly losing one of those weapons, though. Thrown off of boosters. And just annihilates Temka. Damn, with that confidence that we saw early on. He whipped it out in round 4 and also round 6, I believe. Multiple times he was collecting double or even triple kills. Nice to see him bring that through again. After, meanwhile, walking right through Squeaky. He'll be able to do a whole lot in terms of denying this A main push. Great shot from the scout as well towards Highway means that this play is becoming very divided now for MongolZ. Simply just being conquered by Tainted Minds right now. The weaponry advantage, obviously, a big part of that, I feel. 1 kill found, but just another trade. The bomb going to be haunted by the Famas of Ofnu. Like it will be picked up within just a second to spare. Nowhere really to go. If you peek mid, you're just going to be laid to rest by Yam. That is what will happen. Doubling up on the scoreline, 8-4. And a broken MongolZ means likely a 9th as well. Money obviously to be made here in the form of the UMPs and just overall any SMGs that do come out. Of course, looking to do some damage. Be ever so mobile with the scout. Worth keeping an eye on what he does with the scout, to be honest, especially when you've got an AWP in play. Going for that double scope. It's going to be the nice flash in towards A main. Ofnu just going to make the run on in. Works out beautifully. Second flash to follow up as well, just to allow him to exit freely. Means that Mara can't take him down. The punishment inflicted. Temka at least going to get a headshot for his troubles, though, as he does swing out through door. Snapping on towards Zusi. Ofnu going to be chased down by Mara as well. And he's just going to then hold the cross. At this point, they shouldn't really be able to get by. The USP should be able to finish it off, or not. Okay, then. 16 HP, the dream. Not out for the count just yet. Count has certainly started, but well, this boxing fight reigns onwards. Punch after punch. Equals somehow still standing. It is looking bloody. 16 and 14 HP, not much at all, but Burner's 8. 1 deagle shot to the leg. That's enough, and that's what we see. Now it is all on Yam, that AWP, to have to achieve success. Yam! Hello! What a shot. Follows up with a swift second. Manages to make it work. It will be a long defuse, but a plentiful one too, as he keeps the 9th round that Tainted Minds should have found easily. And make sure it does go in favour of that CT side, securing a pretty comfortable half at minimum. Early days here as all signs point towards an ideal A play for MongolZ's play. Just using Mara a spot out towards B, any sort of aggression far from distance from the AWP. And while everyone else all focused in towards A main. Aggression coming in just yet, but this is certainly interesting to witness. The boost in towards Vent, giving that extra mobility in mid. Come in handy too as pressure begins to be applied. The squeeze on in as Burnson swings out, does find the tray, but Scoot at it again. We'll finish him off. From there, obviously the A play almost certainly looking likely, and I think they're onto it as well. You can see the rotation coming in from Yam now. A-site very quickly becoming the eye of the storm as the thunder sets in. Lightning crackles. Hammer and Azorp need to get into position to have that impact. Often only finding 1, but that's all he's good for. Temka gets himself to the left of Fork and can tuck in nicely. It's all about the after plants at this point, as the bomb plant should come easily. Mind just taking too singular of an approach in this round. They could have come together as a unit. Instead, it was a lot of 1v1 duels in the final few seconds. Yeah, I'm still so far out of the action when the rotation was certainly called for. Downside, obviously, for Tainted is that this 15th round is kind of a little wasted on them. I mean, they're going to have to pretty much run into this with... They do get the Famous and the UMP out to support Yam, but still very, very little. I'm assuming they're just going to mix in some aggression to make up for that. That would be... I think I could almost say traditional Tainted Minds. Obviously, I think it's worth highlighting that Mongols are very comfortable with the A site right now, getting pick after pick, and they do it again. 2 early openers. The CZ will chime in for 1, but overall it's a bit more of the same. Patients do come in, but it's all about the retake and the afterplants. Balls are on point. 4K main, the double stack on quad with a boost, allowing them to peer on over. Got Mara with the AWP in a main, just able to scope out every little nook and cranny. Not quite sure I see an opportunity for the CT side to get in close. As they peek, they instantly get shut down. Mara will miss, but his teammate will mop up. And there you have it, 9-6 half. Our first map of the Pro League Finals concludes. We get ready to swap sides and see exactly what these guys are made of. Going into our second half. Overall, I think it's a half that both teams will be happy with. MongolZ definitely brought it back towards the end to get themselves to 6. Really going to see some early peaks now towards mid-skew, just evaluating his options there as he tries to peek around white box. No real set play here for Tainted Minds, just spread out across the map as they do take a few duels here and there. And in fairness, they do, they make it rewarding. Often catching off the head of his opposition, getting that early frag, something they can hopefully mold them up to advantage later on into the round. Could have been nice if they hit B, but the rotation was already coming anyway, so he sort of lack of presence gained has kind of disappeared now. It looks like they are ready to go. The flash will come through. They make the push work. Yam clearing off the first. Stans kind of realizes surely he's being tagged up from heaven. His teammate face checks that anyway. Thankfully, the bomb plant will come in. And there is still an advantage in play here, quite heavily, for Tainted Minds. But they know exactly where everyone is coming from. It has to be this Heaven CT crossfire. Considering often he's cleared out everything by pushing up through B main. That's a big double kill to find from INS. Looking for more as well. Might well find the third, but is going to be shut down with a quick flick to the head. Tim get a spatching of him, but so much to do, so little time. At least he's got a kit to his name. Might even just get straight on the bomb and hope for the best, and that's what he's going to do. 3 seconds remain, 2 seconds. Finally laid to rest. Tainted Minds, 10-6. As they secure our second pistol in this best of 1. Obviously, an early tactical pause now being employed by MongolZ. I don't think it's a bad shout, not at all. Not only are these rounds always winnable, but you don't want to allow the scoreline to get away from you, especially in a best of 1. There is no bounce back. Those of you at home who aren't necessarily familiar with the format for this, Drop out of this map, you get the loss, straight into an elimination best of 3. That's what it comes down to, one best of 3 at that point. So this is your lifeline. Like the SMGs, struggling somewhat, but for the most part, they get the sight they want. Cards it nice and open as MongolZ get ready to come in, mostly through vent in the form of Temka. Looks like they've got it pretty much covered though. Tainted Minds make it to 11. Obviously, it is going to be just the USPs in play now. Nothing too pretty. More devastating, in fact, than anything else, to be honest. Let's not beat around the bush at 11-6. The last thing you want to be doing is having to take these big eco rounds like this. But on the upside, it does mean they'll have everything they need moving forward. It's pivotal that no unnecessary losses are taken. Tainted Merds. Looks like Offnu's got it down pat. Yeah, I'm throwing in an additional kill, but it all looks pretty good. This is the one to watch, though. Between $4,000 to $5,000 a player, that's what Tainted Minds have, and that's exactly what they'll have to invest in full into this round. One of their final stands in this best of 1. Obviously going to be getting that AWP out. Comes at a cost though. It's glass cannon. Got 2 flashes behind it at least. Everyone else just trying to squeeze out as much utility as seemingly possible. It's interesting that we've seen 2 helmets come into play. Obviously they're aware of the fact there's a MAC 10 still in the server. But definitely curious to see if they would have preferred to have sacrificed the helmet for the additional piece of utility. Nonetheless, first kill comes in, collected by the Mongols as we see a lot of early aggression towards B. Just the one player, but still, a kill caught. Obviously, the team names at the top of your screen, not quite correct. So bear with us on that one. Seconds now. Comes on around. Push comes in. He's able to capitalize on the lack of awareness on A. Temko just back turned on Shroud means nothing is gained from what is such a sick position. Turn ahead to the 3v3. A clash on towards A as Zusi waltzes on forward. One plant obviously down on towards B. Meanwhile, the distraction works wonders. Bulls just trying desperately now to hold on as they do get cherry-picked. Plucked away bit by bit, whether it's CT or Highway. Losing Jules left, right and centre means only one thing. Dropping the round. A game that will go 13-6 in favour of the Australians' Tainted Minds. A great start, of course, for the Australian scene, who are out in force supporting right now. That is for sure. Of course, folks, if you want to get involved in the conversation, you can do on social media, and of course, ESL CS if you do want to get involved in the discussion. You'll find various posts on Reddit and such as well. Let your opinion be known. Raise your support. Raise hell. These teams need it. This is a big opportunity for them, obviously competing for their chance to fight it out on the world stage. A chance of a $750,000. Of course, if they make it to the Verizon Theatre, they've already secured $20,000. Which is already a significant lump of money. But a long road ahead. Those 2 spots, they go to our victors. For 2 days of competition between now and then. Up first, of course, we got to get through our group stages. Group B, what we're exploring today, Group A, sorry, comes up tomorrow. Being Order versus Signature and MVP PK versus SC Absolute. Things in this round taking a very slow start. A big kill from Temka though to start the show at least, taking down Zusi with the Deagle. Every kill matters for Mongols here. So little weaponry in play. Not only is it about the kills, but it's about being able to pick up whatever they've taken. Snatch a weapon out of the hands of Tainted Minds as they begin to work their way back into things. We talk of them. That's when they step up. Yamins both finding kills apiece. Clearing out CT as they go running on past. The site is theirs. A retake. Seemingly off the table. They're just trying to go for the wallbang. I like it. It's crafty. It's not really having any success, is it? 14-6, looking so likely. Ham just going for the wallbang, peppering shots through the wall. Mongols just 2 rounds away from being defeated in our opening matchup. (14-6), like I said. A big moment here for Mongols. They stand at the table. They've gone all in with their chips. Aggression in towards A main. And it is not well met. Camin's both just going to annihilate them. Another kill found towards B main as well. I mean, the whole map pretty much is just a Tainted Minds show at this point. Every player popping off, doing their thing. Styling out of this best of 1 as NCL going to lose his life, leaving just 1. Hangu shut down. Match point. Not really too much more to add now, just the final hurdle here, I think, for Tainted Minds, who seem very comfortable. You look at this game, you look and see just how things have flowed. Ultimately, you just see true dominance. Yam especially, I mean, right now, that guy has to be given so much credit. A real champion of Australia here as he finds kill after kill. Opening triples, opening doubles, in fact. You can see it here again in our 22nd round. 2 kills to his name. He's looking for more in this 3v3. See the B site looking like it will be the target. He's playing ever so close as the mollies do rain on down. The flash leaving him completely blind. The push does come in. They've not checked for him, but he will be traded. And that's what counts. Now looking up towards heaven. The peak does come through. The molly lands, but the kill, most importantly, is found for Maru. Now they're both low, but Zusi, he's alone. The big difference between being low HP and being all alone. No one to turn to, no one to trade off of. Zusi. There's all eyes on him. Playing around the edge of the smoke, just using it as a shroud, taking a look deep through checkers and in towards B main as they peek up through up heaven. He finds one, looks for a second, and point blank executes Mara to lock in the game. 16-6. Tainted Minds, they will take map number 1 in our ESL Pro League Season 7 finale for the Asia Pacific region. And what a way for them to start today off. Beautifully done, of course. And a very comfortable game too, that's for sure. Nonetheless, let's bring something up that looks a little bit more sensible. Obviously, we had a whole intro plan, but it kind of got thrown out the window when we started a little late. We had some technical difficulties, but I did want to show you guys just what this is all about, just what this journey is for these teams. As it's been an incredibly long road. They've battled it out through open qualifiers. A few teams did get direct invites, but nonetheless, they had to start with their own regional events. From there, of course, we took our top 3, or our top 2 in the case of Southeast Asia, and we threw them here. That's where we stand, of course. Our APAC finals being held in the ESL studios in Sydney over the course of this weekend, the 20th right through to the 22nd, rewarding the top 2 teams spots at the global finals in the Verizon Theatre over in Dallas. It's going to be epic. There's some serious dollar on the line, over $750,000, of course, in Dallas. With this weekend alone, rewarding $12,000. The teams that don't quite make the cut. $58,000, of course, up for grabs in total. $7,500 going to 7th to 8th. $9,500 going to 5th to 6th. And our 3rd and 4th place teams getting $12,000. Our victors, the teams that qualify, well, they lock in 20k and they compete on the global stage. Folks, do not go anywhere. It's been a pleasure to bring you Map 1. I'll be back with you for our elimination best of 3 in just a few moments' time.